to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for being here on our 3rd year anniversary of the Everything Sparkle Show, which debuted in February of 2019. In January of 2018, I actually became an independent trainer here at GB3, and we have faced a lot of challenges, mainly COVID. It was very interesting because I couldn't be here for a 1.5 years training. Also, my best friend became the producer, Drew Esch, right in the middle of it. We didn't have a studio. I had to actually do shows in my kitchen, virtual, and it was definitely a challenge. My cousin, Aubrey Danielle, has been doing music for the show since the beginning. She is so talented, and if you want to follow her, go to SoundCloud and listen to all of her great music. My other best friend, Emily Shepard, has been amazing. She's been supportive of all of my dreams, and it is her birthday this weekend. So we didn't have an exact vision when we started this. The title, Everything Sparkle, actually came from Alan Audrey, who was my mentor at the time, and I was running ideas around him, and he goes, you do so many things. You do a little this, a little that. So initially, we didn't have the vision that it became, but very quickly on, the show began to take shape, and I saw exactly how I wanted it to be. And how I wanted it to be was to be about my guests and their amazing stories. I didn't want to have a show where people talk about what they think and how they feel. I wanted to do a show about what people were doing. People that were actually doing things, that were walking the walk, that were like, yeah, we're going to do this fundraiser, that fundraiser. I'm starting this business. I'm an actress. I've had this story to tell. This has happened to me. And it's been amazing. It would be nothing that it is without the guests. So over time, it became a little bit less about Sparkle and a lot about all these amazing guests. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the journey. And thanks for all the critiques. It's really amazing because Victor, my friend, the other day, he was telling me that he was so excited to watch the show grow, watch me grow. And a couple of years ago, he had suggested that I interview the family that had been victims of a mass shooting, and they had lost several people in their family. And I told him, well, I can't do that now. It's way too soon. It's too fresh. You know, that's not good for the family. And he's like, well, if you do it a couple months from now, it's old news. It's not relevant. And I knew that was true, but I stuck to my guns. And he told me the other day, he goes, I am so proud of you for not listening to me, for doing things your own way, knowing that that was the right time, not to sensationalize things. And I'm like, thank you. And I have a lot of different celeb friends, and people a lot of times are like, why don't you interview that person? That's different. Why don't you interview that person? And it's like, well, we don't have anything to discuss at the moment, and I just don't want to use their celebrities to come on just because. There needs to be a reason. There needs to be a topic. We've had some very powerful topics, and I tried very hard never to sensationalize the story. Many of you know Allison's story is amazing. Her daughter was trans and had committed suicide, and she comes on and she talks about that very powerful story, which they actually did a documentary on that won many awards. And so we have covered a lot. I've tried to be as sensitive as possible, and I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate the gifts. My friend Kay Immaculate actually sent me this outfit, and I really hope he goes far with this clothing line. I hope someday he can come here to Fresno to be interviewed. And a very big shout out to Drew Esch, who without him, this show would not be the great success that it is. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on Everything Sparkle. It's so great to have two new timers, our 3rd year anniversary special, and you brought me wine and chocolates to celebrate. How exciting is that?
Yes, we did, and we're excited to be here.
Yeah, both of us are excited to be here, and it's really great to meet you.
So tell us about what you do. There's 2 moving parts here. You do one thing, you do another, but it's all connected. Do you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, I'm kind of just here to chat about the Fresno County wine journey this weekend, the Fresno County wine and chocolate lovers journey specifically.
Who would not want to go? And it's really cheap, the tickets.
Yes, they're $15 in advance, $20 at the door. And Bob here is one of the fabulous winemakers. That is one of the 15 locations that are participating in it. So it's all fun and exciting. So I'm kind of here just to share all the fun, good information about that.
And then, so how did you get involved? Tell us about your winery.
Well, mostly for us, it started out as a hobby. I was making wine at home, and my business was entirely unrelated to the winery business.
What business was it? If
I
you
was
could
a
say?
pharmacist. I'm
Okay.
a pharmacist, and I owned some mail order pharmacies and another company. We were a national company.
You went from selling one drug to another. I love that.
Absolutely, and then compound. And so I learned how to make wine at home, and by reading books on it. And I decided I already knew the chemistry, because chemistry and pharmacy are the same thing. And so it wasn't a large jump or leap to start making wine. And I really liked doing that, so I decided I'd buy a winery. Well, the winery I wanted to buy was on the Central Coast, and I had a lot of objections from certain people, like my wife. And so I said, okay, well, we won't do one there. I'll just build one here. And that's what we did. So I had 40 acres, and it was planted to, at that time, apricots and plums. So I dug all the apricots and plums out, prepared it to plant vines, and I planted vines.
Did you ever make plum wine? I've heard of that. I don't know if I've ever tried that.
I haven't yet, but we're going to.
They do have flavored sparkling with some of them. So
Ooh.
No, we are looking at doing some fruit wines, but they're more difficult to make. It's a slightly different process to do that. They're also a lot less alcohol in them. So
Then don't do that.
I know exactly, and but it could come out very, very nice. But anyway, we planted the vineyard. I picked the varieties that I wanted because those are the ones I liked. But in addition to that, I selected them based on their ability to make good grapes and good wine here in the valley, as opposed to where it's a lot cooler. So we planted everything, and we waited for it to grow.
Wow, that's a process from the very, very beginning. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah. So you really know where everything came from.
I do. So the wine that you're holding there is a Cab Franc, or Cabernet Franc, and it's a clone that we used, and we selected the clones because I was friends with another very large ranch, and they had an experimental vineyard, and they had multiple clones, and I selected the clone that did the best in this area. So we were able to make a nice selection, and things turned out okay. So we have 11 varieties on our farm, and those include almost A to Z. We have Alicantes, we have Syrah, we have Barbera, we have something called Toraldigo, which is very unique. There's not very many places.
That sounds unique.
It is. It's kind of an Italian, Spanish style wine. We have something called Tempranillo, which is the old Rioja from...
We're each going to take a glass and try what we're talking about. So this one, is this one of your favorites, or?
It is. It's a very nice, easy to drink.
You guys got to take a chocolate. Come on. These are Fresno State chocolates?
Yes, this is one of the wines that we poured at Kings River Winery this weekend. So at minimum, every location will give you 3 wines. Some will give you a few more. So at minimum, get 3 pours of either wine, beer, or spirits at 15 places. It can be worth your wristband. And then a handful of places will also be serving chocolate. So Fresno State will be sampling some of their chocolates with their wine. They'll only be open Saturday.
This is the key to every woman's heart. So anybody who's watching and wants a day, because I know you have your Super Bowl in a couple weeks. This is your this is your Valentine's Day, guys.
Yeah,
so we got to go out.
Kings River will be serving some chocolate crinkle cookies that will pair perfectly with their Cabernet.
My wife's baking them, so we're trying to make
homemade. You put her to work.
Absolutely.
I love it. That's a typical Armenian.
But we wanted it to have like a home touch to it, as opposed to going to Costco and buying.
That's very generous of you.
So we're trying to, and she's done it multiple years, different kinds of cookies.
Who doesn't want homemade cookies?
Homemade cookies, Fresno State chocolates. There's some of the wineries will have local truffles made. Ramos Torres will have.
I'm gonna try.
ones.
What do I do first? The wine or the chocolate? You're the expert.
I would take a little sip of the wine, and and then try the chocolate, and then do another sip.
Oh my, that is actually really, really good.
Then do the chocolate, and then after you're done with the chocolate, take another sip of the wine, and you'll be able to compare the flavor.
This is so smooth. Oh my
If
god.
anyone wondering, that's the proper way that you typically would taste wine with a food pairing. So you have the wine
Right.
first, the
Yeah.
food by itself, and then a little bit of the combination.
Yeah.
This is so good. Okay, I mean, I'm not like a wine. It's not like I'm a super wine expert, but what's the difference between like a Cabernet Franc and other Cabernets?
Those Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah.
They're both considered Bordeaux varietals.
Okay.
So meaning that they grow it in France in the Bordeaux region,
This is
but
so tasty.
they're similar, but they're a hybrid of different varieties.
Is this your first time with this?
This might be my first time trying this one. Yeah.
This is so amazing. Oh my
But
goodness.
it changes a
You
little
gotta
bit.
take a taste of your own wine. Come on.
Perfect for any kind of Valentine's Day at-home dinners, any kind of those red meats,
Mm-hmm.
those.
So we can come to the winery and buy this. I'm sorry, I'm jumping. I know we're talking about the event, but
No,
I'm
you
like, I
can.
love this. Okay,
Yeah,
so we can.
absolutely.
You have winery hours.
We're usually open on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 5, but we're also open by appointment. So you can call our number
I'll
and,
get
Find them on
the
Instagram,
specialty.
on Facebook.
anytime, yeah. And so we're generally always somebody there. So we're available, and when I'm there, it's always open. So
Okay, so it's both a winery and you could do events. You do weddings and all kinds of bar mitzvahs.
yes,
Quinceañeras.
yes. we do quinceañeras, we do bat mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs, we do a lot of fundraisers. We probably do 10 or 15 different fundraisers for different schools and sports teams and things like that throughout the year. And we're like one of the only facilities that has air conditioning and heating.
Oh, that
And
is
so-
a big plus.
It is.
In
And
this town,
so
especially.
it is. And so we can do them year round as opposed to some where they're either all outdoors or they don't have the air conditioning. And so we keep very, very busy in that regards. And we're already booking like 2023 and even a few. in
I gotta
2020.
get in there.
Yeah. So it's the winemaking we do, and it's all in-house. We don't like buy grapes from another location.
I love that. You kind of the whole process is right there from the ground up.
It is, and right now we're pruning our vines, and after that we put and we're also what we farm with sustainable. So we don't use a lot of chemicals. We don't use any.
Oh, it's amazing.
We don't use any herbicides. No Roundup. No Gramoxone. None of the herbicides. So because those are systemic, and if you test some people's wines, you'll find several parts per million in the wine, and I don't want to drink that, so we don't put it in ours. And we don't use it at all.
So when was this established, your winery?
2013.
Okay. I used to
it's-
write for Grape Grower magazine, but that was before, because I was like, I would have loved to, I'm going to tour it, but this sounds really awesome. And a lot of wineries did not have all of this going on.
We try, and we do little vineyard tours. A lot of people do picnics. We have little areas where they can picnic, and we're about to add more to our not our venue, but our tasting room, to have like more of an exclusive area for wine club members and also people that want to rent a small space that will hold like maybe 30 people.
Well, I know a lot of organizations want to have an event somewhere. They want to have just like, I do a lot of stuff with like all these like clubs of like these like fraternity type clubs,
Right.
like the Masons and different. They're always looking for kind of a place that they can just go smoke some cigars, have some drinks. So it's really
And
nice.
that would be a place like ours.
Exactly, that'd be
But
the place.
I can't smoke cigars inside, but we have little areas where they've done that. And we've actually done a cigar and wine night, and it was very successful. But we're so busy, it's hard to fit in, certain things.
How did COVID affect your business?
Well, it was devastating. Last year was good, but the year before
With events,
was devastating. We didn't do very many events. We did very few. We still did a few. We do have a capability of doing outdoor also.
Yeah, exactly.
And we actually bought a tent and I have a parking lot that's not paved by asphalt or cement, but grass. And so it's a nice big lawn is what it is. And we pitched the tent over there, and we had some events in the tent outdoors. So that worked out, but it wasn't as busy as it is now.
Of course, people had to cancel their weddings and everything that they had planned. Of course,
some did that, and some wedding venues around, and one or two in Madera, and some in Fresno, are no longer in business because they couldn't sustain having a year of no business, and really it was longer than a year.
I'm glad that didn't happen to you.
Yeah, we were prepared for any eventuality, so we did fine, and we came out of it okay. And we only use about 20% of our grapes for making wine for us, and the balance is packed and shipped to markets in the East.
Oh, wow.
Where they don't grow, or vinifera doesn't grow, and so they make wine there out of our grapes.
Jordan, how did it affect you, COVID, with these events? Because you've been doing these events for a while, and you've been involved in this event for a while, right? How long has this been around?
So the Fresno County Wine Journeys as a whole have been around for, I want to say, maybe 8-9 years.
Okay.
Right.
So they've been around for a while, but obviously you can't gather large groups to wine taste. So they had a year of a hiatus. All the wineries had to kind of adapt quickly, whether they were trying to serve outside or whether they were changing their hours by reservation only. And so this event will be really nice, I think, because A, it's open, people can come, and it's outside. And after a year of not wine tasting, what better reason to visit 15 places? But I mean, I think all the wineries have really just tried to stay afloat, and I think people are kind of finding out there's a lot in their own backyard.
And then how long have you been doing this?
I've been kind of just working with them on certain media things for the past 5 years or so.
Oh, okay, so you've been kind of, so you saw COVID affect everything, and you were like, bummer.
Yes, so definitely, I mean, I saw it as events are canceled, people can't wine taste.
Oh, so your business kind of took a dive too.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw everyone else being impacted. It's always hard, right, to see.
It is because everybody,
Yeah, we tried to establish a stronger online presence during that time, and so we were able to attract sales.
So did that help? You kind of got more savvy with that.
Right.
You saw sales rise in that respect.
Yes. And my main employee, Ashley, is real adept at doing that type of thing. And so she was able to get us out there online. And so we actually had some sales, and our regular just wine sales were pretty even. I mean, we didn't really lose.
This is really tasty. Okay, so what else do we have here?
Yeah. So this is the sparkling. It's a sparkling
and it's
wine.
strawberry. I love
Blushing
strawberry.
berry sparkling.
That
will also be one of the wines
For
that they're
the
pouring.
blushing brides that get married at your venue.
Exactly.
I love that.
Or for 3-year anniversaries.
Oh yeah, I'm going to start blushing right now.
Yeah, we all.
Who wants to open this, Jordan?
I am happy to open it.
Let's see. You're a pro. This is like your. And you've been a local boy your whole life.
Pretty much. I went away to college for 5 or 6 years.
Oh, that's right.
And then I was also in the Air Force. So those were my hiatuses from Fresno. But the family's all here, and we came back, and we had the farm. I have always had the farm. I've had other farms as well, but people wanted them more than I did, so we sold them. Really, everybody thinks.
Look at how smooth that is. Well, you know, you have to finish that. So you
I
can
do.
in that. And then, I mean, you went to school with my father. We just had last year was the 20-year anniversary of his passing.
Yeah.
And we had a tribute episode to him. And then you went to. Did you play football with my uncle, or you?
No, I did other things other than football. I did like water polo and stuff like that. So
that's such a great sport.
It is.
As a trainer, I'm like, wow, that's where you're using every muscle.
It is, except that that Sanger didn't have a heated pool.
Oh no!
So it was freezing cold when we had to practice. But you get used to it. You know, when you're young, you don't notice cold. So.
Yeah, I think I'm a baby now. I couldn't even imagine that.
I can just smell the strawberry. I'm laughing.
I know
smell the aroma.
Moment that.
Yeah, it's a nice wine. We have 5 different flavors, So we have a regular one, which is our Covet.
So 5 different sparklings.
Yes.
Okay,
we have a
so-
Covet that's like a demi brut, which is it's dry,
Okay.
more or less dry. And then we have the strawberry. We have one we called it's a peach sparkling wine.
Oh, they all sound so amazing.
And we call it peachy pie. And we have a pomegranate. And then we have a raspberry. And let's see, what else? I think that's it.
Those are all my favorite flavors.
Yeah, so they have a flight that you can go get, but
Right.
during this weekend, this is one
And-
of them.
And we have those bongs too. You can pour wine,
Shambongs.
shambongs we call them, and it pours the wine down your throat. So if you want to get drunk,
Wow, I think
You
we're
can
getting
cut-
too old for our bong days, but Jordan, if you're down, I'm down.
yeah, you can
Imagine
party
a beer bong and a champagne glass had a baby, and that is
I love
Shambong.
that.
Shambong.
Wow. So
Yeah.
this is a place. Okay, so do you have like concerts or something that just like regular people can kind of come?
We do. We have Marie Wilson, of course. She's kind of like the most popular one around here now, and we usually have her a couple of times a year. And
I
then-
want to go to one of those.
Yeah, and one of them is always the Halloween party, and then another one is usually my birthday party. And so
When's that?
It's in June, mid-June, and so we have her there, and we have the whole band, so it's not like just her. And then we've had her by herself a few times, but we also sometimes have on certain weekends, we have people on a little guitar and country western or
I love
folk
that.
music and things like that. So we try to keep it party atmosphere a little bit with the wine. And we also have a book club, and it meets once a month, and we get a pretty good following on that. And we also do a lot of craft things out there. They have people that come out and they do painting. They make things out of wood. There's just a lot of different craft things. They do calligraphy, where they, I guess, paint these special letters, and do that type of events out there. So
At the end of the day, it's all an excuse to drink wine. But I love
is.
that it gets you out there, and then you don't sound like an alcoholic when you're like, I just want to paint and create something.
yeah, learn a new
Well,
skill going out
But
there.
they do. We have people out there that actually teach them, how.
No, I know. It's
we had
great.
a lady that came out and did the charcuterie.
That's what I was going to ask you about the
cheese.
cheeses
Yeah, so we also carry cheeses and salami
that you could buy at the.
at the winery.
I love
right.
that.
If anyone says there's nothing to do in town, has not looked at the winery schedule
Seriously,
and everything
everybody
they do.
always thinks they have to go somewhere else too. They're
Right.
always like, we have to go to Paso Robles. It's like, no, we have
Yeah.
great. I've been to great wineries.
A lot of the
locally,
wineries
so.
in town have Friday, like I was saying, Friday night concerts. Obviously,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Why
Sunday
not go
wine
somewhere you can
tasting.
Uber to? Come on,
Yes,
guys.
right in your own
Exactly.
backyard. Obviously, the breweries have events going on all the time.
And we're always saying support local. So no,
Yes.
this is just so tasty. I mean, this is.
And they also, it's such a deal for $15. They can go to 15 wineries, and if they wanted to,
A buck of wineries.
and it's
And
both good for both days.
both
You don't have to
days.
try and hit all 15 in
Right.
one day.
Or you can.
I was
We're not
wondering.
encouraging
I was
that,
wondering how that was going to work out.
especially because we encourage drivers. So if you have a friend who might not drink as much or doesn't prefer wine beat, but there's also breweries, so you want to end at the brewery. If you have a friend that would just like to DD, then you can hit half on one day, visit the other half.
I
the
love
second
that
day.
idea. That's really
Bob's
smart.
one of 3 in Sanger, so if you're strategic, you can do all 3 in Sanger.
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
in town, and then west of the 99, there's about 7 locations over there, so you can within 5 miles of each other, so you can hop around.
And we even have our homegrown winery, brewery in Sanger, Pendragon.
You guys have a brewery too?
Not us, but he's
The singer.
yeah.
They are not part of the wine journey, though.
Do you like that you have? I mean, it seems like you have such tight roots here, and then in Sanger, and then you knew everything about my uncles, my dad. Do you like that people can come to you and be like, oh, this and that, and it's like it's a community. You're so
Well, it has, and since I was away from it for quite a while, now I'm become reacquainted with a lot of people that I went to school with. And they come around the winery once in a while, and we have a glass of wine and hang out. So it is become more of a social thing for me, but it's also become a social thing for the community, because a lot of people now have their birthday parties there. They have their their quinceaneras there. For
So
their
then they
children.
bring their
Bridal showers,
kids. It's awesome
bachelorettes.
that everyone
Right.
that you went to school, they're bringing their kids now. Their
Exactly.
kids are bringing their kids. It's what a great community.
So it has turned into more of a community effort, and it's been good.
And that's another great thing about wineries, I think some people forget, is that you could actually bring the whole family. You
Yeah.
could bring the kids. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the concerts will let you know if they're family friendly. I know, for instance, Engelman Cellars has family movie nights where parents can drink wine and they'll watch the movie. Moravia
How
Wines
cool
is
is
a
that?
playground. You can get a picnic and they can play on the playground. So there's a lot if people want to look. That's just right here.
And we're very, very kid friendly also.
Yeah.
And people bring
Oh,
their
you're
pets.
trying this. Come on.
And people bring their pets, and they run around the farm a little bit, and
Oh, really? Wow, you
Yeah.
can bring your pets?
sure, you can bring
A
your
lot of them,
pet.
it's on leashes. You can bring your fur
as,
babies out.
as long as it's not vicious, it's okay. We don't want Cujo out there, but
Well, and Kings River has, I believe, if you still have it, a wine that was inspired and
Yes.
proceeds benefit your local animal shelter.
yeah, we have a wine that we created for the animal shelter.
That is awesome.
And we give some of the proceeds, quite a bit of the proceeds actually, to the shelter each year. So
It has animals on the label. So if you're a person that goes,
I love
a
that.
lot of people just look at labels and that's how they pick their wine. So if that's
Yeah.
what you're looking for, it's a very cute label.
it
Do you
is.
have any singles nights at the winery?
We used to.
They do have ladies' nights?
We do have something called Women's Night Out. And
Ooh,
it's
Jordan, come on, let's go.
It's always on a Wednesday, and
reasons
middle
why.
of the week, and we do 2 or 3 a year, and we get 250 to 300 women that come
Wow.
out, and it's a safe environment. We have guards.
That
and-
sounds really fun. I love that.
And we have a DJ, and we have lots of wine, and we have several food trucks, and they hang out and dance and do whatever they do.
So every Wednesday or just once?
No, just 2 or 3 times a
Sporadic
year.
ones.
Generally,
Okay.
we spread
I
them
wouldn't
out
go. Okay.
when the weather's
I mean,
not.
what I'm hearing is if you're a single man looking for females, you're going to find big groups of females at wineries on the weekends. So in
You sure
reality, the girls that are wine tasting, there's built-in meet
There
and-
is.
cute,
there
meet
is.
cute there.
But generally, we discourage the men because it makes it awkward.
Maybe not on women's
for
nights,
those,
yeah.
for those nights. We also do a Galentine's Day, which is like coming up just right after the Valentine's Day deal. And it's mostly women. I mean, obviously it's Galentine. And we get a huge crowd.
You've thought of everything. There's nothing you don't do, is there, Bob?
Well, yeah, we're trying. We come up with events. One of the things that we realized very early on, I mean, we always knew, Sanger's not a tourist destination. There isn't even a motel in town. There's that junky one on Academy, but I wouldn't call that a hotel.
I never thought of that. There's nowhere to stay in Sanger?
No, there's nowhere to stay. And so we don't get a tourist thing, even though we have 2 national parks, within 45
Are you
minutes.
going to open up a B&B?
I thought about it. We may do a B&B.
Gosh, how fun would
An
that be? A
Airbnb.
B&B
Yeah.
on a winery?
Well, it's going to be an Airbnb. It's because I don't want to get up at 4 in the morning and make breakfast. But it's
There'll be crinkle cookies possibly.
possible.
Oh, your wife's a good cook.
They'll probably be stale because no one's going to get up at 4 in the morning. Anyway, so we are going to have an Airbnb for sure at the Grace Barn, and that's going to be available to the wedding parties and other people if they want to rent it. And it's going to be a beautiful facility. It's going to be a 3,000 square foot home that's very modern and nice in a park-like setting. So it's going to be coming soon.
You really have thought of everything. I am so impressed. Where can we follow you guys on social?
So the Fresno County Wine Journeys, FC Wine on Instagram, Fresno County Wine Journey on Facebook and Twitter. I mean, we share a lot of the wineries events. So if you're looking for one place that you're looking for a cute fun date night, a Galentine's weekend, any time of the year, because why does it need to be February? Any events that are happening beyond the 3 times a year wine journey, follow Fresno County Wine Journey on all of them. But in reality, if you're looking for wristbands, the link to buy them. If you're looking to get your questions answered, you can message on Fresno County Wine Journey, and I promise I will respond.
And ours is at kingsriverwinery.com.
That's very easy to remember, you
Very
guys.
easy to remember, and they just can look up, and if they like us on there, then we will send them when new events occur or before.
That's what I
to
need to be
sign
on the
up.
list.
And you can you can do it all online if you'd like. Well, you can purchase tickets online. You can purchase wine online.
Don't talk to anyone.
Just about everything online. You can come get it, or if you're lucky, we might deliver it.
Nice. Well, this has been a real treat, literally. I mean, this has been the best treat I've had on my show in a long time.
I feel like we have to cheers to your 3 years.
3 years.
Yes, that's
Thank
great.
you so
That.
much. What a
That's right.
great way to celebrate. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
It's very strawberry.
Thanks for coming on Everything Sparkle. I'm so happy to finally have you here.
Thanks, Sparkle. I've been looking forward to it. This place is great.
Right, and this is our 3-year anniversary episode.
Wow.
What a special day for you to be here.
I feel very special.
So you do so many things, but the biggest thing that's coming up that you have a club opening, a nightclub in town.
Right. Well, the Rosé is opening.
What a great name, too.
Yeah. Well,
They're going to serve a lot of rosé there, right?
yeah, we have rosé, craft wine cocktails. It's a full restaurant. So it's where the old Hop PK used to be. So it's on Van Ness between Inyo and Kern. It's just 1 block north of Bitwise South Stadium.
That sounds so classy. What a great place.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's I fell in love with it. The owners, Misty Daly and Adrian Harris, they invited me to come on. I just looked at the place and just fell in love. Like, you walk in and it looks like a San Francisco nightclub. It's 2 levels. It's got the classic lighting. There's a second level on top, a full bar. It's just a beautiful space.
What's the history of the building? Do you know a little bit about it? It must have some history.
I'm not too familiar with the history of the building. It's been a couple different restaurants. Most recently was Hop PK.
Oh, okay.
And I think they closed down a little bit before the pandemic. But I think they just did mostly lunches, a little bit of dinner, but we're going to do a lunch menu, 11 to 2, kind of a brunch theme, actually. The theme of our restaurant, everything is, we're calling it refined dining.
So like a 5-course meal or something?
Maybe not quite fine dining, but refined. We really want everything to be elevated. That's our thing. It says, what are we going to put on the menu? It says, this is good, but it's not rosé material. It says, everything you want is excellent, high quality. When you come in, the staff is going to be dressed up nice in ties. We really want to be a classy place in downtown and really interject that kind of old-fashioned kind of energy back down there. So we have all these great places opening downtown, Quail State's down there and Tioga and all these places, and we're just right in the middle of all that. And so we just want to take advantage of this amazing downtown love that we've got going on right now and say, we're here too, and we're bringing, to quote a phrase, we're bringing sexy back to downtown.
We need that. I love that. So as far as entertainment goes, what can we expect?
Oh, we're planning a wide range of things. So we have a stage that we've put in. So we're going to have live bands probably every weekend once we get opened.
Dancing?
Dancing.
Are you going to teach some dancing?
Well, absolutely. Well, that's my focus and my great love is ballroom dancing. But now that I'm also the general manager of the Rosé, I get to do all the dancing I want.
I love that. So you're going to teach some classes there so we don't have two left feet, though. We'll know what to do.
Well, a big focus, and again, one of the owners, Misty and I, really have a shared passion for dance. So, you know, if we have a club night opening where we're just doing a regular club night, which we'll have, you know, usually club opens 9 or 10. Like, well, an hour before that, we'll have a dance class. Say, hey, why not come out, learn to do some real dancing, and then, you know, go on a little bit of bump and grind, throw in a few moves that are some real moves. We're gonna make it a place where you can go out for dinner, a classy spot, but dinner and dancing.
Of course, we need that.
There's no place like that. It's like, I think the only place we've seen things like that is in the movies somewhere, where it says, oh, have a romantic dinner, and you know, the music starts playing, you get up and dance. There's nowhere you can do that.
You only do that at weddings.
I do that at weddings. But we want to have it so, come grab your dinner, you know, music's on, go up and have a dance waiting for it to come.
That's what we all want.
Like love is a big component of what we're trying to do. We like to say it's every day is Valentine's Day at the Rose.
I love that. Okay, so when is the grand opening?
So our grand opening is going to be March 3rd, which is first Thursday in March.
I could celebrate my birthday there. I'm on March 30.
Nice. We actually have a Valentine's Day event coming up. So it's going to be on Valentine's Day. So it's just kind of a one-off. We're doing a few events here and there, working out our menu. So we have a big Valentine's event coming. It's going to be 6 to 11.
On Monday?
On Monday.
So do we get our tickets in advance? How's that work?
Yeah, we buy it in advance. Go to rosefresno.com.
Okay.
And so come in for dinner. We're going to have the Box Band playing for us. I'll be DJing.
What's the Box Band?
You ever heard of the Box? Oh, they're fantastic. So in Fresno, just those who don't know, we have a lot of great talent here, like all over town. And so we want to go out and bring all those people in, bring the community in, just, you know, bring some people from out of town, just all sorts of classy, nice events. You know, we're throwing some 80s nights and, you know, some 70s nights, you know, get people to dress up and really just make it a night out on the town rather than just, you know, go grab dinner and go to the club. Like, we want to create an experience.
I love that. We need that experience, we need that ambiance. So I'm really excited to see this. So the 3rd, what's happening? The Box is playing on Valentine's Day. What's happening on March 3rd?
On March 3rd, we're still getting that all squared away. But we're going to start off opening Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Perfect.
As we get up and going and get the word out, we hope to expand the rest of the week. But we should be having bands or DJs every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So another great place downtown where people can come and, like this, what they say sometimes about a restaurant or a bar is it's that third place. You know, you've got home, you've got work, but somewhere like Rose is the third place. Where are you going to go to be out? And that's really what we want to provide. So quality food, everything high quality, craft wine cocktails, you know, our local area handcrafted beers, have all those things available.
So how did you get involved with this? How did you get to know the owners and come on as the general manager?
Well, it's a funny story. So Misty and Adrian, who are now engaged, actually, I met them both individually a few years back. So through dancing, I'd met Misty out salsa dancing at the various events through the years. And I met Adrian. He hosts a lot of local events. So he has like the Fresno Soul Food Festival. He does what's called the Fresno Vibes. I don't know if you know of their events, various things. And so I met them individually just through time, and they said, hey, they're together starting this thing. They invited me to come on at first just to DJ a party for them, because we had a big New Year's party, which was our first go around. And just got talking to them and fell in love with the place and said, let me help. This place is fantastic. And so finally get to put my entrepreneurship degree to some good use. I knew there was some reason I got that thing.
Right.
But yeah. So what are you looking for for a place to go out on the town. Sparkle.
Everything that you said, I want to dance, and actually went to somewhere the other night after work, and I'd gone there a few Fridays prior. There was dancing, and then I went there, and it was like still 10:30ish, and there was no dancing yet. I went there just for dancing. I think it was still early for them, but I was ready to dance. So I actually ended up leaving the place because they were so dance. Because I do want to dance. I want to break loose and just have a really good time like that. So I'm looking for somewhere like that. I want to have good food, dancing. So I am all about coming when you guys said you're going to be open. So
Well, absolutely. Well, maybe we'll name a cocktail after you.
I love it. I'll have my birthday there on March 30th. We can do something wild.
Well, that's what we're trying to incorporate. We're classy, but we're going to have a good time.
Not that wild, Peter. But no, yeah, something fun.
Yeah, we're we'll have candlelight dinners, but at the same time, maybe we'll have ribbon dancers coming down from the ceiling.
I was going to ask about that. Is there going to be some burlesque, a little bit, some fun, like?
Well, definitely. So basically how we're going to set up, we'll be open for our lunch. We have brunch and kind of a lunch menu. We'll have our happy hour, regular full course dinner, and then 9:30 or 10, as dinner's dying down, is when the nightlife will start. And so we're just going to be going. And some nights will be more refined entertainment, and some nights will be a little bit more exciting.
Very excited to see what you guys have in store. And so to go back on the dancing, you are a great dance teacher. Now you're like the best, right? You're the best ballroom dancer in town, I think.
Well, thank you. There's a couple good teachers, but I do what I can.
You're the best up there. So are you going to use it as a place to kind of do some one-on-ones? If somebody's watching right now and they're like, I really want to take some dance lessons, I'd love to do that. I'd love to polish up before I go out there and make a fool of ourselves. What are you offering as far as that goes? I know it's a little bit different than we're sidestepping now.
You always find me on Facebook, Peter Netzley, or Dance Domination is the name of my my page on Facebook. So I do various classes around town. I also do private lessons. I don't know if we'll be doing private lessons at the Rosé or at the studio I'm at now, but we definitely are going to have some dance going on there. We want to really attach that to everything that we do. So hey, don't just come out and shake to the music, which is fine, but come to learn to do something that's real as a way of connecting with people and really getting to know people. That's what's so great about dance is, you can show up anywhere, there's a dance party, and just go out and say, hey, do you want to do a salsa or a cha-cha or a swing? And, you make friends a lot easier that way than saying, hey, you want to bump and grind a little bit? That's a little bit more of a commitment, I would say.
And so, because your dance nights, I've been there, it's so fun, and it's really good because you engage everyone. People can come without a partner, and they end up with a partner. That's what I love about you. A lot of people think that they have to have a partner going into it.
No. Some places are like that, but
you're not.
We always have everyone, if we're doing an official dance class, rotate partners.
And that's great.
Sometimes people come and they want to stick with their original partner, and I say, just give it a try, because you're a better dancer if you dance with multiple people.
That's very true.
And the great thing about dance is, obviously you're getting a little bit of exercise, you get to listen to great music, and you meet really nice people through dance, like down to earth, and you make these dance friends that you end up seeing all over the place. Say, hey, let's go dancing here, let's go dancing there.
It's like a little community.
Yeah, and we have a lot of great dance communities in Fresno. We have the Latin dance community, the salsa bachata dancing. We have country dancers here, West Coast swing dancers, Argentine tango dancers.
Do you ever do the country dancing? I've never seen you do that one.
I do country two-step, and I do West Coast swing. But line dancing, I don't necessarily teach it, but if a line dance comes on, I'll jump in with everybody. Or the country couples dancing, they actually do at the Clovis Senior Centers with Jim Ray Friday nights. Go check him out. He's a great guy. I don't know all those super well, but when I come on, I jump on and see what I can do with those.
Well, I love that. And so you are going to do a little bit of class sometimes out there. You have to.
Yeah, well, like I
That's
say,
what you're known for. I mean,
well, at this Valentine's event, I'm going to teach some slow dancing. So what we call, probably what we call nightclub two-step, which is a simple dance. It's great for slow love songs. So if you don't just want to sway back and forth, you can do a little bit more and actually move to the music a bit.
So where can we buy tickets for that? And then what's the meal going to be?
So we go to rosefresno.com.
And put Valentine's Day, or there's tickets.
It'll pop up right on there. The menu we're still working on.
Okay.
We're getting everything all together, but
and that's all on the site too.
that'll be all on the site.
Okay, perfect.
But
So you guys got to get on there, all you Valentine's people that want to have something really fun to do, because this sounds really fun.
Yeah, well, you can go there and literally, have roses delivered to your table. If you want to sing a song to your sweetheart, you can get up and sing a song to them or request a song.
Wow. Okay, so now we're getting into the deepness of it.
And so this is the kind of events that we want to do. Not, everyone's been to fancy events or convention center stuff where people dress up, and that's nice. But I'm like, at the Rosé, we always want to elevate. That's our key word to everything. It says, elevate. How do we take it one step beyond? One step, what is no one else willing to do? Or what is no one else thought of that we can do? Says, we can do this, or we can do that, just to make the experience so much more engaging and exciting. And we really want to make it a place, what I call for adults. So not so much, maybe the real nightclub atmosphere. Well, some nights, but a classy spot where, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, get something really good to eat, have a nice craft cocktail, learn a little dancing, listen to a great band.
I'm sold. And especially on this Valentine's Day, I love this because it's the Club Tuesday. That sounds easy enough for people like me. And this is really romantic. So everyone can take that's a good way to get your hands on someone. And I take them to some slow dancing and oh yeah, this class just popped up. I didn't even know they were having that tonight. Let's, get some slow dancing lessons. Awesome. Thought of everything, didn't you?
We're working on it. And that's really what we want to do. Misty and Adrian, one of their big focuses is they want to bring in the community. They said we want this to be a safe, friendly, inviting place, but it also promotes some classiness.
Well,
and some
Dyer's been
elegance.
trying to really build up downtown forever. I mean, he came on my show and talked about it. So this is really great that you guys were doing that in the heart of downtown.
Yeah. And we're kind of lucky where we're at is right across the street from us on Van Ness is the Spiral parking lot, the multi-level parking structure.
So it's convenient parking.
Convenient parking right across the street. And on our big events, we're going to have valet parking. So, people don't have to worry about their cars.
Well, I'm Ubering so I could drink all these, nice cocktails. Come on.
Definitely. So on our New Year's Eve party that we literally had a red carpet from the front porch coming.
You stop at nothing, Peter. You really thought of. I love that. I
mean, we brought out a spotlight, searchlight that was going around. We did a balloon drop. We go all out, and that's what we want to be known for.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on my show today, Peter.
You're so welcome, Sparkle. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for coming on Everything Sparkle. Today is my 3rd year anniversary of the show.
Wow, congratulations.
So you're special for being on here on this day.
Thank you.
And you came to tell us about some cool things going on. So let's start with the event coming up.
So, first of all, I'm Filiberto Casillas Jr.
Like a Philly cheesesteak?
Yeah, Philly cheese. So we're having a Galentine's high tea event, which is like a fancy tea party for the gals. And that's actually going to be to fundraise for our community theater that we actually got going on. Bare Bones Theater. So we're putting on bunch
So
of plays.
where
and
are
stuff.
some places that we can see bare bones? Like where are we used to seeing them at?
Well, right now, primarily, we'll be showing at Labyrinth, which is on Van Ness.
Oh, I know where that is. Okay.
Yeah, Van Ness Village is right next to Spokeasy. It's actually a really cool spot. I mean, they got a lot of cool things going down right there. Like they're trying to do a lot of cool things. They got like Sour Milk, Hackerspace, Spokeasy's there, Labyrinth's there.
What's sour milk?
And Sour Milk is kind of like it's kind of like a shop. You know, it's got a lot of cool knickknacks you can pick up, and they also do really cool events.
Oh,
They,
okay.
you know, they always have taco trucks, vegan trucks there. So that whole area, Van Ness Village, is really cool. So I mean, everyone there is really open to collaboration. So if you ever have an idea, or if anyone wants to do anything artistic or anything like that, you know, they can hit up Labyrinth, they can hit up Spokeasy, Sour Milk, and more often than not, they'll be willing to do it as long as, you know, they have that day available. So we reached out to Labyrinth and said, hey, you know, we want to do some plays here. And they were all for it. And they're like, just let us know what day, and, you know, we'll definitely help you guys out. And so, you know, we kind of need some funds to do that. So we're coming up with different fundraisers. Our first one is February 12th, 12 to 2. It's the Valentine's High Tea.
And that's Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday afternoon. That's awesome.
Yeah, so kind of like you know, you get your gal pals together, come out. We'll serve you guys some champagne.
So
and
it's like a
then,
ladies brunch, right?
yeah, and then we'll bring out some tiers. You know, we'll start out with some finger sandwiches and bruschetta, and then you'll have some scones and fresh fruit, and then you'll finish off with something sweet with, you know, macaroons and petit fours. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. And then shortly after that, that same day, because we're gonna use this, we'll be there all day. We're actually having auditions for our first show, which is going to be March 12th.
So during that, after the event, or?
So, you know, there'll be, so from 4 to 6 is the actual audition. So from 12 to 2, we'll do the Valentine's Day
So
event.
after everyone's full and drunk, then
Yeah,
you're gonna get them
we'll just kick them out, you know. No, you'll have some downtime. It's going to be a fun time. And then we'll clean up, and then we'll have auditions 4 to 6 that same day, February 12th, for our first show, which is going to be Othello. And that's actually going to be another fundraising event. That'll be a free event. You know, if you want to donate to the cause, you can. But that show is really cool. What the committee kind of came up with was this idea called Shakespeare's Trash. And basically, we'll be doing renditions of Shakespeare, so like different Shakespearean plays. But everything will be done like 100% recycled material. So people will be wearing like recycled material, whether it's like hand-me-downs, or we'll, you know, stitch some newspaper magazine pages together to make costumes, you know? Just to kind of make the point that it doesn't take much to put on a show. Like, that's why we kind of came up with the name Bare Bones. It's just, it's pure story.
I love it. That's how you came. I love the name Bare Bones. That's really cool.
So it doesn't take much to create a compelling story, and we kind of want to.
So who wrote the Othello script? Did you go off something that was already written off the Shakespeare play, or you didn't just actually take it straight off?
So the plan with Bare Bones is kind of give everyone an opportunity to you know, take a stab at like either writing, directing, you know, show running, stage managing. For this first one, we went ahead with Othello, and we'll go with my adaptation. And then also, we were looking for a director, but we couldn't find one quite in time because we had to get the auditions out. So it'll probably be just, we'll just be directing it together type of thing. So
like everyone directs it?
Everyone will have a say in what's going on.
That can get very weird.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, you know, if you want to come in, you know.
I don't know. Too many cooks in a kitchen. I complain not having a director.
So far, it's actually been a really good experience.
Really? But
as far as collaboration.
Right?
I adapted. I mean,
the adaptation.
Shakespeare wrote it, but yeah, I adapted it.
Well, because I didn't think you were doing the full Othello that was
Right.
written as.
No, and that's another thing too, because it's such a small venue. You know, we're going to be using a lot of imagination for sure. There's going to be a lot of you know, cool things going on, but yeah, it's going to be a really cool experience. I think a lot of not your typical
Play?
show.
Well, not if 50 people have a stab in directing it.
No, there's not that many people.
So
we have a lot of good people. but not
People
that many.
donate to this because you know, the first event, the Valentine's, is a fundraiser for it. Where is the money exactly going to go? To like costuming?
Yeah, so we'll collect for the Valentine's Day event, and then we'll collect for the Othello event, and then we actually plan on putting on another production as soon as June.
Okay.
So all those funds will be going towards that production.
Like
and
the
then,
costuming, because I don't think you're paying the actors. Like, where exactly does it go?
that's a goal though. That's one of our goals, to get people paid. You know, not just working or not just donating their experience and stuff like that and gaining experience. We want people to walk away with some actual funds, you know.
Oh wow! Because even Roger Rockos doesn't really pay there.
Yeah. So eventually, if we get enough people coming out, but after these two events, we'll be going through our funds, seeing what we can put on, and then at that point, we'll actually be putting on original work. So it'll be an original play.
Oh, so something you wrote.
Well, no, not just me, but whoever submits play, and we'll probably put out for people to submit.
How many people are in Bare Bones right now?
Right now, there's 5 of us. So we did just release a casting call. So hopefully, we'll be able to get people to come out and audition on February 12th. And then, of course, they'll be considered part of Bare Bones. But right now, there's 5 hardworking individuals.
So who's the brainchild? Was it you?
Well, no, not necessarily, because everyone that I came out to already had something going, and it's just that they needed kind of more people to get involved. So it's kind of
a collaborative effort, and you guys all have the same vision.
Yeah,
I like
it's like
that.
a
That's
mega
really cool.
mind type of thing. Yeah. So I mean, and you see it everywhere for the last 2 years. I mean, a lot of local artists, local writers have been wanting to get their work out, and it's just been really hard. So
where are you guys primarily going to perform at?
At Labyrinth, yeah.
The whole time. So even like the different projects you have coming up. That's cool.
Essentially, we are like, I guess, a traveling community theater, and if another theater wants to pick up any of our stories in the future, that'd be really cool.
So is it going to be a lot of dinner theater eventually when you have these performances?
That was something that we kind of bounced around. I mean, we can do a lot of things. We're definitely in the infant stage, but
and that's where it's exciting to kind of be a part of it and like go to this event, try to kind of help the community raise funds. I like that.
But it would be cool to do like one special show where like you get a voucher for like a taco truck plate and a beer or something. You know, I mean, we don't have to go too crazy like dinner and a show, but I mean, we bounced around plenty of ideas to make it fun and keep people to keep coming out. You know, get people.
I love that. Okay, so where can we purchase these Valentine's Day tickets? So
if you go to our Instagram, which is at Bare Bones Fresno, we have links to the PayPal, Cash App, or if you want, you can message us and we can set up an arrangement where you can pay cash. You know,
so we can pay that day if we want to.
Yeah. So if you put in a reservation early enough and there's tables available,
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll work with you. I mean, it's
That's really cool. And I'm really glad that you came here to promote the brainchild of this operation. I think it's really cool when something really awesome starts up, and we need more theater in this community. So thanks for bringing that to us.
No, for sure. Thanks for having me. Hopefully we can come out again every time we get another.
I would love that. I'd love to see, especially your original works. I'd love to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
No, for sure. Thanks for having me. And congratulations on your anniversary.
3 years.
Yay.
Thanks for being a part of it.
Woo woo.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh I must to do. And there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time.
It's a mystery.